Good morning, people of Skidaway Island Methodist Church. This is Rob. I'm here for this morning's devotional. I'm going to be reading from Ephesians chapter 5, beginning at verse 15. Be careful then how you live, not as unwise people, but as wise, making the most of the time because the days are evil. So do not be foolish, but understand what will of the Lord is. Do not get drunk with wine, for that is debauchery, but be filled with the Spirit, as you sing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs among yourselves, singing and making melody to the Lord in your hearts, giving thanks to God the Father at all times, and for everything in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. So in our sermon series on Ephesians, I'd want to take a minute and kind of introduce you to Ephesus. I was fortunate enough to go on a trip. Another pastor had arranged and needed me to go to help manage people, and I was able to go. And one of the places we went was in Ephesus. It is on the western shore, western end of Turkey, present-day Turkey, and it is there right off the shoreline too is Patmos. That is the island that John was exiled to, and where John had the vision of Revelation. Ephesus. It's a beautiful town. It was at that time, in Paul's time, the third largest city in the Roman Empire. It had a major harbor, and the river from the Mediterranean came right up to the edge, and it was very large. And that time it was already 1,000 years old when Paul became there. So let me run through some things. So all you have now are ruins. Here you see the edifice of the library that was there. It held over 15,000 scrolls, one of the largest libraries of the day. Let me scroll down and show you some more scenes of Ephesus. Here's the same structure at night. They had it lit up for an evening program. And then scrolling through, here's another angle looking up. This is, again, just the facing of the building, the facade that is still standing. The rest of the building is gone. But here you get an image of what a building looked like there in the days of the popular Ephesus. We'll scroll down some more. Here are some pillars. Again, when you go there today, it's amazing how much antiquities there are, how many things you get to see that is still there today. The mosaics are so beautiful, and the structures that they have there now, you still get to grasp something of what it was. Here's the theater. It was seating for over 25,000 people. This is the theater where Paul was brought into when they were arguing and trying to condemn him to death. And here you see another view from the road. Notice the Roman road here leading in to the theater part. And you're looking up at the theater on the hillside there. And then here's another angle looking down from the hillside. In the distance, you'll see the Mediterranean. The silt had built up, and the river, the sea, is now miles away from what was Ephesus. The largest thing was the temple of Artemis, Diana in Romans words, but it was one of the wonders of the world. But it was 6 stories high. It's 4 times bigger than the Parthenon. The Parthenon is still structure is still standing. You have 127 pillars there that made up the temple, 6 feet thick and over 60 feet high. So that is an artist's rendering of what the temple looked like. This is what you have there today. You have a lone pillar here and some other pieces that have been stacked. But basically, it's in a marshy area, and that's all that's left of this wonderful wonder of the world they're thinking deterioration, and maybe people came and scavenged from that part. But again, the beauty of Ephesus is still with us today. You see some of the structures, and I love the road. It had a public baths, it had aqueducts, it had an underground sewer system. It had a huge market area that was there. Remember, John was asked to take care of Mary, and here they say is Mary's structure, foundation of her home, and a statue there of Mary. Again, another image of the streets, and again, we forget so many times how beautiful some of the ruins are. It's just amazing. And then we need to be reminded that this is the place where Paul preached. He was there for 3 years, and there he did his best to proclaim Jesus. May we do the same. May we remember to take advantage of the times and live our lives in a way that we proclaim Jesus Christ. I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.